Hi guys, Liz back again. So I promised this is the first of my kind of makeup tutorial videos. So this one I'm going to kind of go for more of a natural look. So I haven't really got much going on today. I've just kind of been working from home. And in about an hour and a bit, I'm going to be going to pick up my youngest from nursery. So I don't tend to wear a huge amount of makeup. As you can see, my hair's dried a little bit from the last video, so I've got quite curly hair now. But so I'm going to kind of show you what I do to kind of cover all of these problem areas that I've got. So as you can see here, I've got kind of blotches. I'll get a bit closer. So I've got a couple of breakouts coming here. I've got a bit of rosacea there. That's actually a scar, so that's not something really I can cover. That's kind of a bump and a scar. But I get a lot of problems like around this area where it gets quite greasy, and under the eyes. And obviously the chin, I used to get a lot of breakouts on my chin, like really, really, really bad. I suffered with acne when I was a kid, and I just always had like not great skin, but it is starting to gradually get a little bit better. So I'm going to show you some things that I use. So if I just reach across and get my makeup bag. So the first thing, now when I want to apply just a light kind of covering to cover problem areas, I go for at the minute I'm in love with a lot of MAC stuff, and I do have a MAC foundation, but I'm not going to use that today because that's something that's for more of a kind of going out look. It's a little bit of a heavier makeup. So if I'm just heading out of the house, out the door in the morning, what I tend to do is I use, actually put the lid back on, I'll show you guys first what it is. So I use this, which is the Blemish Rescue Bare Minerals. I've had this for quite some time. I use a fair ivory, which is I think the lightest colour you can get, because as you can see I'm really, really pale. So this also it like helps to clear your skin as well. So whereas I find a lot of makeup that I've used in the past really clogs up my pores, this one doesn't. It's really light, it's nice and fresh, but it really does a good coverage. So all I do is, oh, sorry, there I've got the wrong brush. There it is. I use a really small brush. Now I do have some new brushes that I will show in later videos, but I'm just trying to use the older ones I've got for now. I don't like using new ones and ruining them, but I do need to start using them really. I just got this amazing set from MAC, which I'll show you here, and I'll get them out in another video. Came with the free purse, so and they were on a really good offer kind of on their website, which I'll copy the link in at some point as well. But I'll be getting them out maybe to show you some of my dramatic kind of looks that I do. So for this one, I literally take the lid, I put a bit of powder in the lid, and I just dab the brush in, and then I always remember, because you don't want to get that like orangey streaky feeling, so just blow it off like that, and then I literally just kind of go like this. I don't even streak, and I find again the technique of dabbing rather than brushing, because you get a lot more of an even finish. Now as you can see, if you have a look at this side of my face now compared to this side, what it was, the difference is massive, and I've used the smallest amount of powder. And then again, this is the really problem side that I have. Now I make sure I get right under the eyes again, purely just to kind of blend it and to make sure that you don't have that line of like orange. And again, depending on what colour you need, obviously they do a massive range of colours. I always have to go for the paler look because I am pale skinned. Now I always make sure I get right in. So why I use a smaller brush, because I like to get right in at those places where I do get a bit of kind of shiny look almost. So I just cover the areas where I can see like a blotch or a scab or a scar or anything really, just to kind of, and I make sure I get right under the lip, because again I see like so many people who miss out little areas around their mouth, and it just looks like you've got like white going around the lips, and it looks like you see, you can tell they've got makeup on. I try to avoid the forehead as much as I can. I don't put a lot on there because my forehead's not too bad at the minute. I do put it over the eyebrows. Now I do get my eyebrows tinted. I do sometimes use eyebrow, I've got like an eyebrow cream. So I do sometimes use that, but again, I'll probably not use that today because I'm not really going for like a dramatic look. Now, what I'll probably do is attach to this video maybe some before and after shots, just so people can see kind of, and you can already see now the difference in the complexion, it's just so much clearer. And that's like, I mean, there's still loads left in the lid there, and just stick it back in. Don't like to waste it, so stick that back in there. So that's the foundation, and again, that's Bare Minerals Blemish Rescue. And I think that's about, I think it's about £25, something like that. So it's a relatively reasonably priced makeup. Now, there's one thing I have found, which I'm not a big contourist. The one thing you won't find on this channel is me doing a lot of contour. And for starters, I can never get it right. I've tried it. I always just end up looking like a drag queen. It's not a good look. So, but I came across something which I happened to actually, I ordered a lot of MAC makeup after my birthday, and got a little free sample of this new product they've got, and it's like a highlighting cream, and I absolutely love it. Like, it's amazing. Like, it's got such a nice glow to it. So it's a MAC product. I'm just trying to find it now. I really probably need to organise the makeup bag ready for these, but yeah. So actually, I've got the full tube. I ended up getting the little testers, loved them so much, and then bought myself like a full-size bottle. So this is what I've got. So this, I know the writing's backwards, but this is the strobe cream. So I think it comes in 3 different colours. This one's peach light. I think you can get a pink light, and then you can get another one as well, but I can't quite remember the colour. But effectively, it just looks like a cream. And I use this instead of a blusher sometimes, especially if I just want like a really natural look. I just want a little bit of a glow. And I use a really small amount because it does spread quite far. And I literally just apply it to like everywhere you would normally put like a blusher. So anywhere you want just a little highlighted area to give you a bit of a glow. Maybe just under the eyes, on the cheekbones, and up to kind of like, I'd say in line with your eye, but blend it in as best you can. Again, you don't want that line, that definite kind of line, and it just gives you, you can't see it as there, it just kind of gives you that really kind of iridescent glow. As I say, I like stuff that's really subtle, unless I'm going out somewhere, which, to be fair, being a mama too, working mama too, it's not often that I actually go out. Sounds pretty sad, but it's true. Anywhere I do go tends to be a soft play or a, well now anyway, or a park, you know. But this is a nice look just for walking around the park, you know. Again, you can see that kind of like lovely glow. Now sometimes what I will do as well, just to give you a bit of definition, is I'll put like even a smaller amount kind of down the centre of my nose. And that almost gives like a contouring effect, and I'll just like kind of run it down and then nip it along the end, and it does just give you that kind of little bit of a contour to your nose, but not too dramatic. Again, I'm not into the really big dark lines and the kind of really, you know, I want something that a mum could like, or anybody really could just wake up one morning and go, I just want to look fresh, I just want to look natural, I just want to walk out the door and feel comfortable in my own skin. That's the kind of idea that I'm going for. So, but that for me is like a must-have product. Like, I absolutely love this product. It's, you know, I use it every day. I use it in any of my looks, really. But yeah, so that for me is great. Now, what I'm also going to do is sometimes, again, I don't do a lot with eyes, and you'll notice that I don't really put any mascara on, purely because at the minute I've actually got extensions. And I'm planning on, you know, providing I can and have the time to keep those extensions going. I've done it in the past, but I really fell in love with the new place that I've started getting extensions at, and they're really good. And I'm due to kind of get the infills done in the next, you know, couple of weeks. So I'm trying to keep up with those, because then I don't have to worry about mascara, because I hate taking mascara off in a night time. Sometimes if I forget and you end up waking up with panda eyes. So what I've been doing is just I get this little kind of rubber brush, and I've just been kind of like brushing them, and some of them are starting to come out a little bit now, but they are actually, for 2 weeks in, I'm really impressed with how long they've lasted. They're not perfect, but, you know, they give that kind of a look. And I've got quite short, stubby eyelashes naturally. So I do need, if I do use mascara, I do have some in the makeup bag, which I can show you guys, that are kind of my favourites. But at the minute, I'm just not using them because I've got the extensions in. So, well, what I do is, I don't tend to, I used to use a lot of really dark eyeliner. Like, I used to be, as a teenager, into that kind of really goth, like thick black lines, and just as I've got older, it doesn't suit you, you know, it doesn't suit you as an older person. So what I tend to do now is use more like a highlighter under the eyes. Again, this is because I get a lot of black circles. So I'll show you the palette first. Now, this is Urban Decay. Again, I'm in love with Urban Decay stuff, have been for a long time. This is Naked 2, and as you can see, the palette is like really kind of just all neutral, earthy colours. So I tend to use a lot of these on the bottom of my eye. So what I'll do is I'll kind of just brush really, really gently under the eyelid on the bottom, and it just gives a little bit of a, this colour's really, really pale, so you don't see it until you put something else on. So I tend to put the lighter colour on first just to highlight the eyes, and then I'll go for one of the slightly darker ones, just to give that kind of look like you've got an eyeliner on, or like you've got something on the bottom of your eyes but you haven't. Again, I used to put eyeliner on loads as a teenager and just grew out of it really. Realised that as I got older, kind of had to grow with my age, you know. So as you can see, I've just kind of got a really kind of light, you can barely really see it, it just gives a little bit of a shimmer under the eye without having to put anything too heavy on. What I will do, I think, for this tutorial is use one of the lipsticks that I use on a day-to-day basis, and I'll either go really kind of nude colours or I'll go really bright, and I've got the type of skin tone and eye colour and hair colour that can take a really kind of dark red or a really dark purple lipstick, but I don't always use them. So this one is an Estee Lauder, and the colour is, what's it called, Aloof, matte as well. So I'm in love with matte lipsticks at the minute. Absolutely love them. I know it's always a kind of a thing that goes on all the time. Things come in and out of crazes, but matte's I think particularly in at the minute, and I don't know, I just like them anyway. So I tend to just kind of like, people have asked us a few pictures I've taken on Instagram and stuff like that, like do you use any sort of plumping kind of thing? And no, and as you can see, I've got quite thin lips. I don't really have you know, thick lips and plumped up lips, so I don't use anything to plump them up. I just put the lipstick on so that, you know, it kind of, it brings out your lip a little bit more. So I'll tell you what, because I can do this much better when I've got a little mirror in front of us. So excuse while I put this on. So I just basically do the bottom first. Now, I go a little bit further in on the lip, which some people don't like to do because then they get it on their teeth, but I suppose it's personal preference. And I tend to draw, some people might use lip liner, I don't tend to use lip liner. I just kind of draw the shape of the lip, and, you know, I'll correct it if I need to. I've got lip brushes and stuff, but most of the time I just use the lipstick. I will occasionally use like a lip brush if I want to really get a defined edge, but most of the time, again, more for speed than anything else. But if I want to draw it a little bit higher, I'll draw it a little bit higher. If I'm going for more of a kind of a just going out every day, pick the kids up from school kind of look, I'll do, you know, not as dramatic. I mean, you can blot. I do blot sometimes. It depends on how greasy it feels. This one in particular is a little bit more kind of creamy, so I do like to do a bit of a blot just to give that matte look, you know. And that's kind of, you know, if I'm in a bit of a rush, this is probably what I would do. I would just kind of put all that on and then head out the door. Obviously my hair's usually done a little bit better than this. It's a little bit of a mess today, excuse the hair. But, you know, the main thing for me was the kind of cover up on your face. So, you know, as you can see, I've got kind of quite a natural light coming in. The cover up, considering what it was beforehand with the blotches and everything like that, it's covered a lot of my problem areas. So that's kind of the first one, guys. Just a very natural look with a little bit more of a dramatic lip. Next one I'll probably do a little bit more dramatic. I'll show you maybe some eyeshadow kind of tips and tricks that I've used as well. Might even do the eyebrows and see how I go with that. But yeah, I mean, like and subscribe if you like the video. Please share kind of anything, any feedback, any comments. If there's any products that I've used today that you want to kind of know more about, I will try attaching some links and stuff later on down the line just to kind of so people can see what I do use. But the next one I'm hoping I'll do in the next kind of couple of days, I'll show you my routine of taking everything off and what creams I use and the serums I use just to keep my skin nice on a night time as well. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed it today. And if you've got any questions, please just give me a nudge, give me a like and subscribe. Okay, thanks. That was LIZLASH. Bye.